Well, it's certainly been a long time since one of these disasters happened. Yes, that's true, it's time for another Sonic collection update. Now, the last time I believe I did a collection update was 2019, maybe 2018, but I want to say 2019. And a lot has changed. I haven't got many things, but I did get a number of really cool and awesome things. And I'm also going to show off things that I never showed off in the other ones because I just found them in my attic or in a storage bin. Things I've had for years, but you just never really saw. I hope you're all as excited as I am. I've been meaning to do this for ages, so why don't we just begin with probably the smallest item in my collection. Yeah, him. That's a 4-foot-tall Toy Network Sonic plush that's taking up almost my entire bed. This is a homemade skateboard deck art piece by Jay. As you know, Jay has been basically in these collection videos since the beginning because he's gotten me so many Sonic things, but this he made. He literally painted all of this on a skate deck, and the amount of detail is insane. Now the thing about this is if you want a cool skate deck or you want a cool art piece, Jay actually does commissions, so I'll leave a link on the video and in the description in case you want to contact him for some really cool art. Now I've had this for a few years now and I never had the time to show it off, but I think now is the perfect time to. Alright, it's time for more gigantic nonsense with this next Sonic plush. Now that right there is another Toy Network Sonic. That one is 21 inches tall. Now 21 inches is already pretty big, but compared to the big guy here, he looks puny, and I find that incredibly funny. That plush was also a Christmas gift from Jay, so Jay, thank you for giving me more soft hedgehogs. Now here's something in my collection that I've shown off already. I think I've already given it 2 videos so far, but it is a new addition to my collection, relatively new, and I know this is something that a lot of people want, so check this out. It is the Soap Shoes Sonic Adventure 2 UFO plush, which I will put right here. He has been in my collection now since July, I believe. And as you can probably guess, he is one of my absolute favorite Sonic plushes in my collection. But we aren't done with UFO Sonic plushes yet. I have a couple more to show off that I think I've already shown off in other videos. Some I have, some I haven't, but this is going to be really cool. Look at this cute little UFO Sonic plush in a tiny little pouch. It's a Sega Sonic the Hedgehog plush. This was a birthday present again from Jay. And the zipper actually opens. I don't know what you'd actually put in here. I don't know, maybe Game Gear games. But it's pretty cool. There is no plush on the inside. He's just a little boy hanging out up top. Now this is a plush I know I've shown off in a video before, and I just want to show it off again because I didn't put him in a collection update. Check this one out. It's another Japanese UFO catcher Sonic plush, this time being the Sailor Sonic, still with his tag. Just a very great plush to have. And there he is. Now I admit, this one is a little gross and weird. I've had it in my collection for a few months now, and I got it so cheap because it was actually missing its eyes. So I made some new felt eyes for him, but it is a Sega Sonic plush. Here we are with the most ubiquitous Sonic plush of all time, one of the Japanese UFO catcher Sonic plushes from 1992, 1993. We'll go right there. Stay. We're not even done yet, but just take a look at this disaster. Look at this mess. Look at how many hedgehogs there are. But I love collecting them, and I love making videos for you guys. That freaking massive thing, my god, I don't even know where I'm gonna put that. Since we're still kind of going plush crazy, I want to show off 2 plushes that I got all the way back in 2018 that I just never showed off in any videos besides maybe like 1. So these aren't really rare, but they're very cute to have, and a lot of Sonic fans are able to pick these up because they're at a lot of places. We are talking about the 2 prize plushes, Shadow and Sonic. I got these 2 at a Dave & Buster's arcade. But you can find these at carnivals, arcades, a lot of places. In fact, I think you can get them on Amazon too. Now for this next clip, I'm going to throw up on screen a couple things that I filmed back in my college dorm room because I forgot to bring them home. As we all know, the Sonic the Hedgehog theatrical movie came out. I already did a video on that. Please watch it. Anyway, Sonic fans across the board are saying it's a very good Sonic movie, you know? So when I went, I actually had the opportunity to get the promotional popcorn bucket and the promotional soda cup as well. Now I'm going to put this back on screen. I did manage to bring this guy home. This is the Sonic movie plush that has been scalped all over the internet for way too much money. This is the smaller 8-inch or 10-inch version or something like that. The smaller versions have less detail and they're made of a different material. But he's very cute. I actually brought him to the movie theater while the movie was playing. Also worth noting is that I actually got a Sonic movie theatrical Mylar print as well. Once again, I forgot to bring that home because it's hanging up in my dorm room. Now a Mylar print, you don't see them much anymore. When you go to see a movie, when they say like, oh, your movie is in Theater 2 down the hallway, you'll see a LED long sign that just says the movie title in red lights. Way back when Mylar prints were used above the doors that your movie was in, they were basically just movie posters except very long. I don't believe I ever showed this off, so if I did, correct me, but I've actually had this since 2010. This is one of those big Sonic cosplay Halloween costume hats. I actually got this when I pre-ordered Sonic Colors back in 2010, and oh my god, I've worn this to so many conventions by now, but I'm not sure if I showed it off, but here it is in all its glory, and there we go, perfect. So, going to New York City Comic Con was a thing I used to love doing, but unfortunately it's just very difficult to do nowadays with me being an adult and having responsibilities. But my friend Jay did get to go to Comic Con way back when, and he got me this Sonic Boom Orbot plush. Now this is really interesting, because they never made the Cubot plush, and I don't know how rare this guy is. But Orbot only has like 2 pieces of merchandise to my knowledge. This, and a Sonic Boom Tomy toy. It still has the tag, although it is a little ripped because of its age. But it's very cool to have this. Certainly one of a kind. There are certainly a lot of plushes here, and they're all really just interesting, and I love all of them for many different reasons. But what I haven't shown off in any videos are some of my very first Sonic plushes I ever got, so I'm going to show these off now. One, to be fair, they both look disgusting and horrible, only because I played with them so much as a kid. I brought them to parks, I threw them in my backpack when I went to school, my old dog got a hold of both of them many times, so there's rips, stains, things where pieces are sewn back on, and even things that couldn't be sewn back on. So first, I'm going to show off my very first Tails plush. Now you can see there's absolutely no stuffing in the legs anymore. His mouth is missing. I did try to remove this way back when I grabbed marker and tried to give him a mouth. Luckily I got most of that off now. His eyes, I brought him outside so many times that the paint on the plastic faded, so I actually, as a kid, repainted them myself. Kids don't paint plushes, so that's why the eyes look a little weird. You can see he has some fraying on his little cheek tufts. This one over here is just destroyed, and there's a rip on his side. Just basically, he's very understuffed nowadays, but that's because I just threw him everywhere. I think I got this when I was maybe 6 or 7, my god. So here he is. He's not the worst, but wait till you see the Sonics. Now 2 of these Sonic plushes I got for my 10th birthday many years ago, and I loved these things so much that, just like Tails, I brought him wherever I went. He's very destroyed and frayed nowadays, so get ready for this. This is my first Sonic plush. This is another Toy Network Sonic. Now this one, I did draw a mouth on with Sharpie, and there's some horrible staining over here from when one of my dogs got it, and just some stains from other things. His nose was bitten off by a dog, so that's glued on. This ear is kind of glued back on. The eyes faded as well, as you can see, so I tried fixing that with marker this time, not paint. Again, don't draw on plushes. I mean, look at this, look at his leg area. Not only are they not stuffed, but they're just so ripped and frayed and destroyed. They had to get re-sewed, I think maybe 5 times when I was a kid. No white parts on him are white anymore. The gloves are like a brownish gray, so are the shoes and stuff. But, just seeing this, I'm just so happy to have, a remnant of my childhood. Now this one's going to be a shock for you all. Now I said I got 2 Sonic plushes on my 10th birthday, and believe it or not, when I was 10, somehow my grandparents got me a UFO Japanese Sonic plush. And it's crazy that there was once a time where these very expensive and rare plushes were so new that places like Toy Wiz and Toys for Joys were selling these online. So what you're about to see is a very rare Japanese Sonic plush from ages ago, absolutely mutilated. Look at the stains on this guy's face. His mouth must have been tried to fix with a Sharpie, and again, my dog got to him, so there's a rip in his mouth that I just can't fix. Look at these shoes. They're completely ripped. This is one of those vinyl materials. Oh my god. This is probably making so many people cringe because this is a Sonic X Volume 2 Japanese UFO plush from around 2003, 2004. So, I mean, the back looks fine for the most part. But it's just so interesting. When I was a kid, I didn't know this was Japanese. I thought this was just a pretty cool looking Sonic plush, so I played with it, and I let my friends play with it. I threw it around, but little did I realize the rarity of this thing. For the most part, he's still pretty in shape. Nothing actually ripped off. Nothing need to be sewed back on, but this is just so gross looking. But I've had him for so many years. So how many Toy Network Sonics do we have on here? 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 Toy Network Sonic plushes. I may as well just call this a plush update. I do have a few more plushes to show off, but I actually have some figures and stuff too. So here we have the Jakks-Pacific Sonic, still with his tag of course. I've got this at Kohl's, of all places, not Target, not online. Along with Hedge Boy, I got another Jakks-Pacific plush, that being our good friend Tails. So Tails has joined the squad. This is another really chibi, interesting, kind of weird plush. You'll notice that his chest is very floofy. It has a lot of fuzz. So it's the Totaku, basically like Sony PlayStation amiibo. Knuckles, it actually comes with a Chaos Emerald, if you can see in the box. I've decided to keep this in box. I think it looks really good. I like the artwork, and I like that the back actually has a character profile for Knuckles. Jakks-Pacific Bendable Dr. Eggman, which I have decided to keep in box because I think the box looks really nice. Although I would like to take him out because the sculpt on this figure looks really, really cool. Now check this out. This is a Resaurus E102 Gamma. Now, I regret to inform you all, this is the bootlegged version. But I'll have you know that I got this figure way back in like 2007 or so, and back then I didn't know it was bootleg, so I thought this was the real deal. It's not. You can tell it's not because the leg is warped. A lot of the bootleg Resource figures had warped legs, and they didn't come with any accessories. But Gamma is such a cool character that, quite frankly, I don't care if I have a bootleg. I mean, look at this. It looks great. It has all the details as the original. I don't support bootlegs, but to be honest, whoever was making these bootlegs hasn't made them in the last like 10, 11 years, so we don't have to worry about this anymore. Get the official product, but as a kid I couldn't, so check this out, it's E102 Gamma. I don't think I ever showed these off, but way back in 2017 when Toys R Us was closing down, God rest its soul, I did get these Sonic Boom figures in box. They're the metallic version, so they're a later release. Sonic Boom's dead now. It's been dead for a while. What a very interesting time that was for Sega and Sonic. Good riddance. But it is interesting to have these in box because it is, quite frankly, just an insight into a very different time. And you know, that time wasn't too many years ago. I'm really in the mood to grab my old Jazzwares Knuckles and put him on the Knuckles skateboard. That would be dumb and stupid, but it'd also be a little funny. So I'm going to keep this in box because I don't know if this is going to be rare one day. I know they made other Sonic ones like Neo, Metal Sonic, they have Sonic and Tails and Silver, maybe Shadow. I didn't see any of these, I just saw this and it was like $4, so I thought I'd pick it up. So I did get my hands on these Jakks-Pacific, very tiny Sonic figures that go with the Green Hill Loop playset. So here we have Ray, one of a kind so far. Sonic, I mean, I could take Sonic out. There's so many Sonics out there. And Mighty. Mighty also, this is the very first Mighty product ever made. We are getting a Mighty plush in the future. I think we're getting a Ray one, I'm not too sure. But, I mean, this is just so Sonic Mania-esque, so I'm going to keep it in box. These are both gifts, one for my friend Aaron, one for my friend Justin. This is a 3D printed Sega sign that honestly, if I put lights behind, could like light up, so that's really freaking cool. Made to a very good standard. This is really cool, and it's on my desk all the time, so thank you Aaron for that. This is probably one of my favorite things. As simple as it just says so much. And then down here is an old vintage pack of Sonic cards that my friend Justin got me either when he was on vacation or at a classic game store. Look at that very old Western Sonic art. That is a product of the time for sure, still in its wrapping. Oh, sorry to be so spontaneous, but I'm getting kind of hungry. I'm going to McDonald's. Does anyone want anything? Yeah, take a look at this. I've had this also for some time now. This is an old McDonald's Sega box back when they were doing the Sega promotion for Sonic Heroes, Super Monkey Ball, back when they were just doing Sega stuff. So this is the old Happy Meal box that the Sonic LCD games came in. I'm sure a lot of you grew up with those LCD games. We have two of the LCD games in here, so let me just get those out. We have the Super Monkey Ball LCD game, a favorite of mine. Monkey Ball is a fantastic Sega game, and I'm sure this is the one you want to see. This is the Sonic LCD game. You can see there's a green hill. Now, to my knowledge, I don't believe either of these work, but they're very cool to have. Very nice and collectible. This probably has to be one of the very first Sonic things I ever saw as a kid. I remember getting this in a McDonald's Happy Meal and just bringing it to school and just having it in my pocket on summer days, just hanging out outside with my friends. Last but not least, there's this very, very, very old Sonic children's book that my friend Aaron got me. I don't know where he said he found it. I think he used to work at the library and they just had this. Or maybe not, I could be wrong. But, oh my god, look at this. This is an old kids book that children could read. Growing up in the 90s with Sonic, here's some artwork here. We got Sonic, Tails grabbing a power ring. So it's based off of the old Archie Sonic comics, the Sad AM cartoon. It's a little cheesy, a little stupid, but if I were a kid and I had this, I would have loved it. And so everyone, that is the end of this collection update. This is a collection update video that has been needing to happen for so long now, and I'm glad that I finally got around to it and got to show off some really interesting, really unique, very vintage, and also just very cool collectibles. All of these in my collection, these are all things that have insane sentimental value now, so these are things I really just cannot part with. The McDonald's thing growing up being a kid, finding my very old childhood Sonic plushes just in the exact same condition I left them in when I was like 10 was just so sentimental. The Sonic movie plush, the humongous 4-foot Sonic plush that I've always dreamed of having since I was a kid, and of course the Soap Shoe plush, all the Jack Specific, the amazing skateboard. This is just all so wonderful. And you know, I may not upload videos much, but god freaking, I am so happy that I am a Sega collector, because this stuff just makes me feel so happy. And what also makes me feel happy is just knowing that all of you still support me and watch my channel, even when I may take like 14,000 years to make the next video. So this has been the collection update number 5, I believe, to my knowledge. And, of course, this has been the Sega Collector, the TheShnizNite, however you want to say, and I will see you next time.